Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send a beat in at least.
World champions! Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
What's going on, guys? John, your camera is shaking so much.
I know. I just moved my screen back. All right.
What, are you going through an earthquake?
During the show, not 30 seconds into the show.
No, I'm gonna go after you right away, man. You made me end my stream.
Let's get into it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the J&P Sports Podcast. I'm Patrick Wilson, here with my co-host for some odd reason, the guy who has a man crush on Ben Simmons, Jonathan
Yes,
Pat.
sir. What's going on? Ben put up a couple of interesting videos this week, I see.
Yeah, and he also put out a very interesting press conference in LA.
Did he?
Yeah, saying that he's not going to be attending training camp.
Oh, that's just from his agent. I mean, we can get it. Do we want to get into this right away?
Yes.
Okay. So I was reading
my
dad read me an article, and it said that Ben Simmons will be fined $225,000 every workday that he's not there, and over 5 days that equates to like $1.1 million or something like that. And I mean, Ben Simmons is rich, but he's not rich enough to hold out for a whole month while training camp goes on.
I was gonna say, like, the man that signed a deal for what, $134 million, he can't afford $1.1 million.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, he bought a $17 million house. He's got, a bunch of things to take care of. I just don't think he's gonna sit out of training camp very long because that bill will add up very quickly. It's okay.
I just had a slow teardrop of him buying a $17 million house, but now he can't afford to. Yeah, now he can't afford to not go to training camp because he bought that house.
Hey, show up.
I just think he's being a big baby right now, and won't admit that he was the majority of the problem in the playoffs.
He wasn't the majority of the problem. He was part of it, definitely, but I still put more responsibility on Doc Rivers.
A bigger part of the problem, because when you get a chance to absolutely crush Trae Young, you should probably take it.
Yeah, Trae Young's a little B word, but it's okay.
Little weasel.
Yes. I just don't like Trae Young. I would love him if he was on my team. I mean, I love his cockiness, but
just remember
against him, he is so frustrating.
Just remember, in the series after, he had an ice pack on his shoulder bigger than himself.
That was during the Sixers series.
It was during the Sixers series?
His shoulder problem that he had no problem dropping 35 on us about. No big deal.
All right. Well, Ben Simmons better get traded soon because I'm tired of hearing about him. Let's get into some more positive things, like Les Locks of the Week.
Yes. Let's do it.
I have the wrong page set up. Why is this? There we go. Well, there you have it, guys. John officially beat me this week because he got lucky that the Phillies actually won a game.
Not tonight, but thank the effing Lord.
What, they didn't win tonight?
They were up 2-1, and in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs, Archie Bradley had to give up a 2-run home run that put him down 3-2, and then they couldn't do anything in the 9th.
Yeah, that seems about right. So yeah, I officially owe John a milkshake. But with him being at school, hopefully by the time he comes home, he forgets.
Oh boy, it's so good to actually break even for once. And now we just go on a roll, and we just kind of just keep this train moving.
Yeah. Good luck with that. I'm gonna bring my A game, bro.
Well, yeah. Well, right now my actual bet, one of them, is not panning out because DraftKings, good fans of the show, hopefully, they gave me some free money, and I put it on the it was under the no-brainer bet category, and if the Clemson Georgia game got over 17 points combined, I would double my money. And right now it is 7-0. I need all of 10 more points, and they're in the second half, and I'm a bit stressed about it. And it's 10-0 now. I need one more touchdown in the fourth quarter. That's what I need right now. DraftKings, big fan. I need a touchdown. It was 0-0 at halftime, and I'm just over here sweating it out.
Was it like in the fourth quarter now?
They just started the fourth quarter.
And you need one touchdown.
I need one touchdown.
If they don't get it, I'm going to laugh so hard.
Pat, I could make $50 tonight out of $25 with free money.
Or you could lose 25.
It's free money. They gave it to me for free, so technically I'm not losing.
Ah, okay.
They're like,
why are you stressing?
Because I want $50 free.
But you are. All right. All right.
The man wants what the man wants.
You're reaching the same point as Zach is for me at the boiling point right now, dude. With the freaking Ben Simmons and now the DraftKings. Because
I just like to egg people on. All right.
You're reaching that point.
So the moral of the story is I am on a hot streak. If I win one, let's see. You win one. We won a game yesterday. You win two. That's 2 in a row. You win one the next day. That's called a winning streak. It has happened before. That is where I'm at right now.
Not to you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. Now that we're done the locks of the week,
getting into some Flyers talk.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the majority of our talking this week.
Oh yeah. So Pat, we sent out a tweet during the week, and we said, "What are Chuck Fletcher's top 5 moves this offseason?" And he's made a bunch of them. What are your top 5?
The Flyers drastically needed to improve on their defense, and they did. So Ryan Ellis is my number 1.
Okay, love it.
Ryan Ellis has got to be my number 1. That was such a good move, and basically only getting rid of Hag and Patrick for him, like, steal. And the Predators didn't even keep Patrick. They traded him to the Knights for Cody Glass. So we basically traded Robert Hag for Ryan Ellis. Like,
yeah, that is true.
Steal and a half. In my opinion, such a great improvement. Number 2, Coots signing and extending him for another 8 years. Great move.
On the contract that and with
it's still a friendly contract. Yes, great move. 3rd, Farabee signing. They extended his contract for 6 years at $5 million per year. In 2 years, when he reaches his prime and he's playing a lot better than he is now, that's going to be a steal and a half.
Yeah.
Like he's made 2 very friendly or very cap friendly, team friendly contracts this offseason. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. Number 4. Some people are going to hate me for this. Some people aren't. The Ristolainen trade.
So you're in favor of it?
I'm a favor of it.
Okay. Even for the price of a first round pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am actually a favor of it. We need grit on this team, and that man will bring it.
I think in the Sean Couturier press conference after he signed the contract, he was like, you always had to know where he was on the ice, and you always had to keep your head up. I think just that hesitation is enough to help this team out. Bold.
They needed grit. He's not going to be on the top pair or not even on the second pair unless they really need him. He's going to be on that third pair with his role of physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not going to have a huge role in this defense.
You're just going to have to deal with his dumb decisions sometimes and just accept the fact that he's going to help this team in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. And number 5, Cam Atkinson. Dude, he's so excited to be here.
Now, was yours in order of 1 through 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, K-Max, like, I was just happy they got rid of Voracek at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he barely scored, and I get it. He had a lot of assists, but he just wasn't doing anything. He's old and old. That's really all I got. He was a non-factor for the last 2 years.
Yeah, no, K-Max, and he's going to bring a lot of energy. And he's got
You can already see it
leadership as
through
well.
his tweets.
Yeah. And he's going to bring great leadership. He's so excited to be here, and the fans are really excited to see him here as well.
Yeah.
So what are yours?
Okay. Let me pull up my notes real quick.
Dude, I've just been talking for the past 5 minutes, and you didn't even have your notes up?
First of all, you didn't even create a note sheet. All right.
Because I don't need a note sheet.
Here we go.
I'm not
we're
a
gonna
noob.
we're gonna go from 5 to 1. Okay. So number 5, I've got Derek Brassard as a signing. I don't think it'll be anything special. I just think he can just be a solid player that isn't going to do dumb things and can help put the younger guys and lead the younger guys into better positions on the ice. Even in-game adjustments on the bench. I think it can greatly help just everybody with his experience, and especially with playing against him for so long with the Rangers. It's kind of annoying, but now he's with us.
He signed for $800,000 for 1 year, right?
Yeah.
So that's a very cap friendly too.
And on top of that move, it helps Morgan Frost start the year in Lehigh Valley and let him come back from his injury instead of immediately
I didn't even think about that.
Having expectations. See, this is what happens when you actually do research. I said it.
All right. Sorry, I'm making money out here.
Boom. Roasted. Could you hear that sound?
No.
Oh, darn. Darn.
The dummy over here forgot to add it to the stream.
Oh, time out.
Boom. Roasted.
Boom.
There you go.
Roasted. I've been playing sounds back here and I haven't gotten a reaction. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. Number 4. I've got the Joel Farabee contract.
Okay.
I have his contract pulled up here.
6 years, $5 million average.
Yeah, and
what happens when you do your research and get notes?
Well, here's the thing. It's very team friendly. So his original rookie contract's up after this year, and he's at $832,000. Next year is only $1 million. Well, the cap hit's $5 million all year, cap hit's at 5, but it just keeps on building up, and I think it's just something that can really help this team in the future when they really need to go get somebody at the trade deadline or somebody in free agency, and we've seen Chuck Fletcher do it. I had the Sean Couturier contract as number 3, and pretty much for the same reasons you did, team-friendly deal, and
Future captain.
yeah, if Chuck Fletcher said it the best, probably, if Sean Couturier didn't resign, we were heading for a whole rebuild. Like the team just switches right around when he's not even signed for the future. So having him aboard and having him aboard for 8 more years is a big deal. Much bigger.
He really wants to be a Flyer, and he does not want to leave.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a little math equation for you. This next one.
Dude, I'm out of college. I don't need that.
So I have the additions in parentheses. Ryan Ellis plus Rissa Lionen. Close that parenthesis. Then you subtract Gostisbehere and Robert Hagg. And that equals more time to develop for Cam York. And I think that is a much, much, much bigger thing that people don't realize.
Yeah, because it gives York the ability to start in Lehigh Valley just like Frost with.
Yeah. Now, I would have full confidence that Cam York can survive at the NHL level right now more than Morgan Frost, just from what we saw last year. But, you know, it wouldn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. And to have somebody who's NHL ready, just, you know, waiting in the wings, it's not like he's an older player. I mean, he's got a lot left in the tank, and he'll be up. Let's say if there's not an injury, he'll be up by January, like full time. And if there is an injury, he's the first to a defenseman. He's the first guy that they're calling. So Cam York's kind of in a win-win situation where he'll either start with the club or just go let him play. I mean, we should go to like an early game and just be like, yeah, we saw Cam York 2 rows from the glass.
Well, you have to figure that out with your golf schedule because you're already canceling 2 streams on me. Or rescheduling, sorry.
It's only 1.
So far, don't you have another one in November that's on a Saturday too?
No, my schedule's done in October. I'm going to have to take a big test in November during the day, but not.
I swore there was another Saturday where you have another golf outing.
I do, but that's during the day. That's not at 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see if you have to reschedule it.
Trust me.
I can't do that.
Why not?
You have the face of a radio spokesperson. I can't trust that.
Oh, all right. And
so that's the one that's losing his hair.
Yeah. Just
boom,
just shave it already. shave it already.
If you would join my stream sometime and vote in the community goal or community challenge, we could do this in October.
Maybe.
And do it for charity. And do it for charity.
There we go. Study.
John, study? No, never.
I've done more work studying this week than I have all of my college life. My number 1 is Cam Atkinson because his energy, and he was an alternate captain with the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I just think he's going to be a major contributor. And yes, you can highlight that.
That's his dad, by the way, guys.
To be continued.
So as soon as we're done this podcast, John's gonna go downstairs, and his dad's gonna be like, "So, you studying this week?"
I have been. I have been. I've barely had time to play Xbox or go outside. Really,
I've had plenty of time today to play Xbox.
I know, 2 streams. What the heck?
2 streams in one day. Yeah, I was on a roll.
All right,
making
Pat,
bank.
What do you applaud Chuck Fletcher for mainly? Because we need to make this a whole Chuck Fletcher.
He readjusted this defense.
He kind of shifted the whole entire direction of this franchise because we knew that they were good. Yeah, we knew that they were good, but then they stunk last year, and we're trying to create
hopefully consistency.
We're trying to create excuses for things like, oh, they didn't have Matt Niskanen, but Matt Niskanen isn't coming back. It's not like he's injured. He's retired. I mean, Carter Hart just stunk last year. Half of that was to him. Half of that was the defense in front of him. Like, there's just no other ways to put it. And Chuck Fletcher actually has somewhat of this town excited for the Flyers instead of nobody until the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, for the Flyers, like, they've been in and out of the playoffs every other year for 10 years in a row, which is, I think that's like a league record or something. There's literally 10 years in a row they would make a playoff year, then miss a playoff year, make a playoff, miss a playoff.
Sustain success.
They were like in a rut, and well, this year, if that rut continues, they'll be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hopefully with this whole team change, next year they'll be in the playoffs too. And we'll get out of the rut and in a good way, where we'll be in the playoffs for years to come instead of every other year.
I mean, I would honestly just love to see consistency. And that starts with the first 10 games, then transfer that over to the second 10 games, then transfer that over to the third set of 10 games, and just kind of maintain.
With the team they have now, since they have a lot of new players and they still need to adjust how each other play, their first 10 games, I want to see 6 wins.
Well, put it this way, if they could do 6 wins 8 times, that's 48 wins. That's 100. That's 98 points right there. Right?
96.
96. Not a math major. 96 plus you add a couple of overtime games. So
overtime losses, they'll be over 100 points.
Yeah, so we'll call it 105. Does that seem fair? 9 extra games.
Yeah.
About 106 for 10. And then, let me look up what made the playoffs last year, because that would be a good indication.
Last year was a shortened season. You got to remember that.
Yeah, I know. But
like the Canadians that made it to the Stanley Cup playoffs, they only had 59 points. They had 58 points, and the Flyers had 59, or flip-flop, something like that.
Let me look at 2019.
I was told there would be no math. I was told that too, Mark. Don't worry. But again, you can't trust this guy.
No.
Don't trust him.
Here we go. I mean, 2019 was also a shortened season. 70 games. Jeez. Let me
2018.
go. Yeah.
2019 was from COVID. 2020 was from COVID. This season should be their first normal season. Should be.
In 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go to conference. And okay. Top 8. Columbus got in with 98 points. That's in the East. And in the West, the 8th spot got 90. Okay, so we'll call it 95. Or no, we'll call it 100. Because
they'll definitely need 100, because Eastern Conference is always a lot tougher than the Western. Right. Especially in the division that they're in. They're definitely going to need that 100 points.
Right.
Metropolitan's insane with skill.
Because, in 2018, you had the Capitals with 104, Islanders with 103, and Pittsburgh with 100. And then also Carolina and Columbus. So 5 of the 8 teams made the playoffs in the Metropolitan Division. Now,
that's usually how it goes.
A lot of has changed in the last 3 years. Like Washington is still pretty good. The Islanders are really good. Pittsburgh has fallen off. They're not as good, but they're still good enough to compete for the 8th spot, right?
Yeah.
Carolina, how good's Carolina?
The Hurricanes?
Yeah.
They just signed Kontinemi. Is that how
Who's
you
that?
pronounce his name? The Montreal Canadiens. Star forward. Young star forward. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I have no
If-
idea who that is.
It's a young stud that was on the Canadiens, and the Hurricanes just signed him.
Okay.
So
The Blue Jackets, I don't think are that good, right? Like I don't think that they're overwhelmingly.
not overwhelmingly good, but they are good. Boston.
Yeah. I mean,
Boston's
they
always
lost David Krejci, right?
Yeah,
To playing in his home country.
but they still have a lot of powerhouses there.
Mm-hmm.
Boston's still going to be a threat, no matter what. They just know how to coach their hockey teams, basically. Like they'll find a way to get into the playoffs, no matter who they have on their team.
So let's see, 2020 to 2021. So you had in the Mass Mutual East, because everything has to be a sponsorship now.
Thanks,
you had
COVID.
the Pittsburgh Penguins led the division with 77 points, and the Capitals also had 77 points.
I thought the Pittsburgh.
So I
fell
guess
off.
Pittsburgh. So I guess Pittsburgh is somewhat decent. I mean, they were 22-4, 22-4-2 at home, and 15-12-1 on the road. So they play extremely well at home. Yes.
And Crosby plays extremely well in Philadelphia, which we got to freaking change.
Yes. We need to just light them up.
Not Ryan Ellis. Ristolainen. Get
If you're
suspended for
listening.
2 games. Check him as hard as you can. Throw him off his game.
Nope, that's not it.
What was with the text noise?
That was not. It says ding sound effect.
That did not work out.
Ding, motherfucker!
Nope, sorry, that wasn't it. That was not it. That is not. I'm trying to think. Where's my boxing? Sorry for the language. Hold on. Timeout. There it is. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry for the language. I was trying to find a boxing belt, and every sound says ding ding. So I'm like, oh God.
Dude, your face was priceless.
It's a good thing we have it on video now. We're still trying to get this soundboard. I should have played this.
Oh, man.
Oh God.
I'm crying. That was so funny. Oh.
So sorry.
Oh,
That's
man.
a my bad Donovan McNabb moment.
Oh, jeez.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm so glad that happened. I'm so glad that happened. Woo.
It was at this moment that he knew.
He beeped up.
Oh, that was so interesting. Okay. Let's get back to it. So we were talking about the standings before I messed up. The Flyers ended with 58 points, and I'm trying to find.
Okay, so it was 58, and Canadians had 59.
Yeah, they don't have the conference. It's only the league. Which is kind of weird. But well, I think what we're trying to say is 100 points the Flyers need. All right. I made one mistake.
Dude, that got the giggles. I've got the giggles. Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, so Chuck Fletcher definitely. This is another 82 game season, right? Coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it 84? It's basketball 82?
No, it's 82. Hockey's always been 82. Chuck Fletcher definitely built a 100-point team for these 82 games.
On paper, at least.
On paper, at least, yeah. Again, consistency, something the Flyers have been awful at. They need to work on that. They'll get there. They'll get there one day.
I can't take another 500 average team again. Like, I mean, I'm going through it with the Phillies right now, and I'm not ready for the emotional
Eagles are still going to be below average.
Well, the Eagles I expect to win 6 or 7 games. Like, I don't expect them to do that much.
Sixers, if they have Ben Simmons, they'll choke again.
Nah, I'm telling you. Sixers will be okay. Maybe not. I don't know. Embiid went out and attacked the fans after everything. I don't know what's going on.
Well, mostly because the fans attacked him
a couple
and Ben
years ago.
Simmons.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
My mind is just spinning now after my whole incident.
Ben Simmons' face is going to be on a milk cardboard box again, or a milk carton again. As long as they don't trade Matisse and Thibault, we'll be fine.
Matisse and Thibault. Wow. The same guy made a mistake in this show, too. Back-to-back shows. We needed this. That's what we needed. The SpongeBob censor.
You realize I'm going back and clipping that, and I'm posting that everywhere, right?
You post it wherever you want.
Just letting you know. Back to Chuck Fletcher. He has made great moves this offseason. He definitely made this team to have a serious run in the playoffs. And as long as they can connect and as long as they can be consistent.
Well, a lot of the thing is I saw Cam Atkinson. I saw Kevin Hayes. Rest in peace to his brother. I saw Kevin Hayes. I saw Cam Atkinson. I saw Sam Morin and
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis all at the Flyers practice facility during the developmental camp, which I thought that was a very encouraging sign to see a bunch of veteran guys there very early when they don't even have to.
Yes, they're excited to go. They're excited to play.
Let's figure out.
Do we want to talk about the development camp a little bit?
Go ahead.
Wade Allison has proven not only in this development camp, but also in regular season games that he has a nice shot.
Yes.
In this development camp, he just proved it even more. Like there was one drill where he went, it was either 12 for 12 or 13 for 13. Either way, made all of them and made it look easy. Like top corners and everything. Cam York looked really solid. Morgan Frost took it a little easier because of his injury, but he was looking solid, which is good. Igor Zamula, he was looking really good as well.
I mean, I don't expect Igor Zamula to be anything really. I just kind of think he's just a depth piece at this point.
Or what's even better than us? 2 solid depth pieces in both forward and defense.
I agree. Somebody's going to go down.
Yeah. So this development camp proved that their young guys have what it takes to be in the NHL. And if somebody on the Flyers gets injured, we don't have too much to worry about because we have a nice young guy that has skill that should only take a couple of games to adjust and just provide what we need.
I did see Isaac Ratcliffe had a very good camp, and Tyson Forster
He was the
First round pick a couple years ago.
2021. Oh,
I think it was 2020. But he had a very good camp and a very good last day when they had the 3-on-3 tournament. He kind of took over with his puck handling and his shot, and that is very encouraging to see because now you can kind of replace some older guys eventually throughout the year and even into next year or the following year.
yeah.
Just to
Slowly
kind
adjust
of-
all these guys into the roster, and
there's no pressure for them right now to be
Yeah.
good. They can
To be-
ease into it, be just another guy. They don't have to go out there and be Sean Couturier. Not yet. That'll come. But
3-4 years down the road, yeah,
that's when
We'll
we'll
need 'em.
expect something. But I think it's just good to have experience in meaningful games, have experience in playoff type games with the physicality. Because I even think the physicality is different from even the minor leagues to the NHL, and it's just an adjustment period that these people have to get used to.
yeah, absolutely. Give them a couple games, they'll get used to it eventually, and they'll realize the different paces, and they'll provide. Exclamation mark yawn number 1.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to hide it.
He's back to his normal self, guys.
Well, it's because I'm back in my room. At school, I'm okay.
At school, you're excited to be there, which you're 1 in a million.
I have fun. I don't know what to tell you. Now, I
Yeah.
can't find the start of the Flyers training camp. I mean, I get last year, but I can't.
Is
get
it
this
even
year.
posted yet?
It must not be.
I mean, it's start of September. Preseason starts what? End of September or early October? And then regular season starts mid-October?
I mean, it's.
I think the Flyers'
they
home
start
opener is
before
October 15th.
basketball. I'm almost positive they start before basketball.
I think the Flyers' home opener is October 15th. If I'm not mistaken, it's October 15th. And I believe, what is it against Vancouver Canucks? I want to say.
Well, they'll start October 15th, and then
So preseason's going to be before that, and they usually have 7 games, so that's probably beginning of October to what, like the 12th?
it's got to be. They got to start in the middle of September.
Yeah. So it definitely has to be coming up.
I don't know why I can't find it anywhere. I've been looking this entire time.
I got nothing for you.
I don't know. We will keep you updated on that because I know I love from Eagles camp getting tweets all day about just updates on different players. I love watching training camps and spring trainings and just trying to figure out who's in, who's out, who's getting cut, who's staying on the team.
Hard Knocks Hockey Edition?
Hey, they're trying to do a basketball edition. They're doing Netflix is doing a behind the scenes for golf with the PGA Tour. They're doing a bunch of big name players, and they're having that on Netflix that they're starting soon. And yeah, I would love for each sport to have it. I think it would be a huge hit in all 5 different.
I would definitely watch it for hockey.
Because
and
I
soccer.
think the behind the scenes part of it for any professional athlete is really cool, and how they basically cut people, like going inside meetings, be like, hey, you didn't block this guy because you have to be shaded here. Your eyes have to be this way. I'm like, I wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah.
They're just so far above everybody else, and it's truly amazing to see what they do on a daily basis.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Because it's football, I don't pay attention to it, so I'm taking your word for it.
It is 10-3 now. I need 4 points.
How much time's left?
5 minutes.
Good luck with that, sir.
They're gonna kick a field goal, and it's gonna be 16, and I need 16 and a half, but it's okay. let's switch gears. Do you want to do Phillies? I mean, I'm kind of really down on the Phillies, but okay, Phillies collapse. I guess.
Yeah, and then I have a little bit on the Union we can do after as well.
Oh, this will be quick. Don't worry. It'll be quick if I can even get words out to say anything. I mean, I just really don't know what to do with this
The
team.
number one thing I keep hearing is that Aaron Nola is an ace, and I do not believe it.
Not in September, he's not.
Not in general. He's too inconsistent. Again, with the same thing with the Flyers. He's too inconsistent. One game he'll have a fantastic game. Next game he'll let up 8 runs in 2 innings. Like, come on.
This year he has been inconsistent. The
Last year he was too.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I just
he's
think
not an ace
COVID
in my
throw it out
opinion.
the window, but
He's not an ace.
he's got to bless you. Was that a sneeze? Okay. All of a sudden, I heard the noise.
I cut my
and
mic
turned
out.
away. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really know what goes through his head to get to. When he gets to August and September, I really just don't know what goes through his head. I just his stuff is there. His COVID test. His stuff is there, but he just doesn't. I don't think he uses
I got you, Mark.
fastball enough. And that kind of dictates the rest of his pitches, and it's kind of hard to surprise major league hitters when you can't locate your best pitch. And his 2-seam running fastball is his best pitch, and that's how he creates a lot of ground balls. That's how he freezes a lot of hitters, and he's been throwing a 4-seam fastball, which is great. But, like, bro, you throw 92 to 93. You can only throw a 4-seam fastball in the majors now if you throw 96 and above. Like, you need some sort of movement. It can't just be flat and straight.
Yeah, and hasn't he been trying his curveball a lot too?
Well, yeah, he throws his curveball a lot, and now hitters are just sitting on it, and now they know what's coming. Like, if they see it coming fast and hard, they just take it because they know it's going to be a ball.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Philly's defense has just been atrocious this year, and they are way too inconsistent.
Well,
and as you keep saying, wasting Bryce Harper's best years.
Yes. Well, like tomorrow, if they go and beat the Marlins, you can catch me back on the bandwagon.
Same thing as last week.
Yeah. Actually, what is the score of the Braves game? Because last time I checked, they were losing against Colorado. And if the Phillies, let's say the Braves lose, the Phillies don't lose any ground.
And John will be hooked back in again.
I mean, I'm hooked if they win tomorrow.
What do you think the Phillies need to adjust?
Adjust. I think.
Other than everything, don't just say everything.
No, it's not
pick
everything.
because the most important thing.
They are a good team, whether we want to believe it or not. Rockies up 7-4, love it. They are a good team, and they're a good team on paper. They've showed that they're a good team on the field. With the 8-game winning streak, they are just super inconsistent, and I think that their defense has costed them a lot, and that is the main thing that they have to fix. But their main thing that they have to fix is I just think that they're a little too old right now. I think Didi's got to go after this year, even though he signed for next year. I think he's just got to be released, and you got to eat the money, or he's got to be traded somewhere for some low-level prospect or something. Because I would rather miss the playoffs with Bryson Stott playing shortstop than Didi, who doesn't really do anything for me anymore. Like last year, he had some pop in his bat, and he would hit big time home runs in big time spots. But this year he's batting like 215, and with him getting a year older, he's slower. He's definitely slower. He's got elbow issues. It's just not it. So I would like to see the defense improved, and I would like some youth. I mean, Andrew McCutchen probably isn't going to be on this team next year, and that's going to hurt them in the lineup. And I don't think they're going to be as good next year if they don't make an improvement in left field. Because right now he's carrying this team offensively, him and Bryce. So it's real. I mean, theoretically, I don't think you can sign McCutchen, even if he does hit like 400 for the rest of the year. I just don't think it's worth it at that point. I think you just ride with whoever you can get in free agency. But I just think they need to get a little younger. They shouldn't totally rebuild it because that's just, again, wasting Bryce Harper's years and JT's years. But if you could just plug in young players here and there, let Mick Abel, who's a very top-tier pitching prospect, develop a little bit more, like he's in Double-A. Let him go a little bit. Hopefully next year he'll get the Triple-A. And at the end of next year, you hopefully bring him up in September, let him get a taste of it. And then the year after that, that's when you really kind of go, because he got drafted out of high school. So, I mean, he's 20 years old, I think now. So by the time on my timeline, I think he's going to be like 21 or 22, probably 22. And I just think that at that point they can help. I think they really found something in Ranger Suarez as a starter. I mean, I would love for him to be in the bullpen because God forbid this bullpen not let up a lead. But I mean, next week I can come in with a whole plan of what they should. I mean, at the end of this year, I will come up with a whole plan of what who they should get rid of, who they should bring back. Because I was thinking about it during the week, and I'm like, there's certain people in the bullpen that I would like gone, and there's certain people that I would like. Yeah, before tonight, Archie Bradley was the guy who I wanted them to bring back. Not anymore. He left the home run tonight. I mean, all joking aside, I would bring it back, but because this bullpen stinks. But like, I just think even like Alec Boehm, like I need something from him to give me some hope. And right now, we don't see any hope because there's no young players that are grasping and taking this team, by the neck. And teams like the Nationals bring up Juan Soto, who was 21 years old, and boom, he's like the MVP of the World Series. Like, it's just, we never have a guy who they just kind of bring up and he's just a stud immediately, and then everybody talks about him. No, we have to struggle and just be average. And yeah, that was a lot longer.
Story of our lives.
Yeah, that was a lot longer, but
yeah, I would definitely want to see change in that bullpen. I think the Phillies need one more starter pitcher.
They do
to reshape their bullpen.
Hold on, time out, because now you got me thinking of this. Hold on. Okay, so you're gonna have Zach Wheeler next year, right? So you're gonna have Aaron Nola, whether you like him or not. You're gonna have
He's not a bad pitcher. He's just too inconsistent for my liking.
Suarez. You're gonna have Zach Eflin. Vinny Velasquez is gone. I never want to see him pitch again. Him playing left field, that's a whole different story. But if you know, you know. Who else?
Another Shohei Ohtani.
Sleeves. Who sleeves?
My bad.
Who? Oh, Matt Moore isn't going to be there. Vinny. Okay. Matt Moore's not going to be there. Chase Anderson definitely ain't going to be there. Actually, no. This makes a little bit of sense. Like if Zach Eflin can come back next year, They have 4 legitimate starters that can kind of carry you and give you 6 innings of like Zach Wheeler will give you 7 innings and under 3 runs all the time. Aaron Nola will give you 6 and under 3 or 4 runs right now. Ranger Suarez has proved that he can go 6 and give up 2 or less, like he did tonight, and he was pulled for absolutely no reason. And Zach Eflin before he got hurt. And I mean, I know that's a big if with injuries, but he pitched kind of well. And I think going into next year, there should be optimism with the starting rotation. And I mean, you can add a 5th guy, but the 5th starter is pretty much Kyle Gibson. Oh, jeez. That's who we forgot.
I need to learn my Phillies players.
Yeah,
I have
Kyle
no
Gibson's
idea who
ready
you're
for him.
talking about right now.
Okay, so the starting rotation's set. Okay, the bullpen. I need to actually bring up the Phillies roster because I don't know a lot of these people.
Just a quote, guys. This was going to be real short.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so you're gonna have Jose. How do you spell his last name? Varado, right? Cam Besrosian. Who the heck is that? Archie is a free agent, so he's technically not on the team next year. Connor Brogdon is. I like him. Sam Coonrod. What is his? Oh, shoot. He might be a 1-year deal, but I would love to have them bring him back. What is his? All right, whatever that is. Not waste your time. Who else are we looking at? Angel De Los Santos, I never want to see pitch again. Bailey Falter is a guy. He's a lefty that I like. They brought up from AAA. He kind of filled in that Ranger Suarez role and has done a pretty good job. JD Hammer, who has shown flashes. When I was at the game a couple weeks ago against the Rays, he got up to 95 miles an hour. And if he can consistently hit 94, 95, I think he could be a pretty good addition to that bullpen.
How you doing, Chris? It's all right that you missed beginning. Do not worry about it. We talked a lot about Chuck Fletcher and made fun of John a lot.
Yeah, you can see a clip posted. Chris, I actually did play baseball.
He did play baseball, and he pitched
I topped that at like 82, 83 miles, probably 82 miles an hour, I think. Let's just say I could give you a solid inning or two and still have the same. I could give up a home run just as easily. Who else are we looking at? We're looking at Hector Neris, who's a free agent, but I would love to have him brought back. Hector Neris. Yeah, right now you got 5 right now solidified. I mean, if you keep Ranger in the starting rotation, which I would. Yeah. So the pitching, I don't think is as big of an issue as we think. We need a legitimate closer. Like, I think that's where you got to spend big money this offseason is a legitimate closer. Some guy who's just going to throw 98 to 100, hopefully. And a wipeout slider. That's just the template that I have in my head. And no, Hector Neris is not as bad as long as you keep him out of 9th inning. He has like a 2.5 ERA outside of the 9th inning, and you put him in the 9th inning, and he's like a 4.8. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why you need a legitimate closer so that you can then you can use Neris or Alvarado in the 7th and 8th inning. You can kind of flip flop them whenever the situation calls for. You can have Brogdon as add him to another 7th or 8th inning guy. JD Hammer could be more of like your 6th inning guy if somebody doesn't go that long. And Bailey Falter is your specialist, not specialist, but he's your lefty who you can bring out and just kind of throw against Sir Anthony Dominguez. I forgot about him. Sir and
Too many people on a baseball team to remember.
Yeah, the 40-man roster. Dominguez. I mean, if he doesn't have Tommy John again. Yeah, so I think the pitching is solidified. The defense, I would love to see Bryson Stott up next year. I would love to see Mickey Moniak play left field. I would love to see who else? I would love to see McGable up to AAA. But I think defense and getting younger is one area that I would love to see the Phillies improve in.
Yeah, defense.
That's the short answer.
That's the short answer that
That's
took 15 minutes.
Bruh.
That's really what I got.
Dude, I just let you go there.
I know.
I really did. I didn't really say much. You just kept going and going. You really know your Phillies, man.
I know. Well, I listened to High Hopes with Jack Fritz and James Seltzer, and I love them to death. And we both have my opinions and their opinions kind of align a lot, and they help me make sure that my ideas aren't crazy. Put it that way. That it's okay to have a good baseball team and not just be up and down the entire year. Like it's within the rules.
No, it's not. Not for Philadelphia, anyway.
No. You wanted to get to the Philadelphia Union. Go ahead, my friend.
Mine's actually going to be a little shorter than yours.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it really is. Like the Union are now
You said
on
it was
a
shorter.
yeah.
Oh darn! I couldn't. Never mind. Good.
Can't find the "That's What She Said" button.
I just typed that in. I can't find it.
The Union are now on a 2-game losing streak after tying a game and then winning that 4 games ago. So the last win was actually 4 games ago. And in the past 4 games, they have 4 points, which is not good. Not good for a team with the amount of skill that they have. Their homegrowns are absolutely amazing. And they really do have the skill to be a top team and a top threat in the MLS, but they are just not proving it right now. They really need to work on their offense. Since the beginning of August, other than their 3-0 victory on August 4th as an outlier, they've scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in 7 games. 8 times in 8 games if you count that 3-0 victory.
But isn't that soccer? Isn't soccer the goal, not the score?
No, like
Boom.
to win games, you need to have multiple goals in one game. Other than that, you're not going to be winning.
Yeah.
How's it going, Eric? Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, so their offense has been slacking big time.
Now, do you think it's the players or do you think it's the coaches? Like, is it a tactical or a strategic thing, or is it just they're just not putting the ball in the back of the net?
I think they're not putting the ball in the back of the net in short terms. In long terms, they're playing with it too much. They're looking for that perfect pass, and if they don't have that perfect pass, they hold on to the ball and then they lose
just swing it around the horn, try it again.
Yeah, like they're just not shooting. Like their strikers are not shooting, and that is
what
a
other
big
team
issue.
do we know that doesn't shoot?
Flyers on a power play.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Let me actually hold on. Let me find the ding, ding without having it.
He's gonna hit the same button as he did last time, and I'm going to die laughing again.
Hold on. Nope.
There.
Nope. Wait. Nope.
Ding.
Ding.
Okay, that one worked.
Oh, that's a low blow.
That is totally not a low blow. Chris remembers you being you and your man crush.
That's
And
a low blow.
I hope he gets fined that $1.1 million because he's just causing way too many problems for the Sixers right now. But for the Union, I think their defense has been pretty good. Like most of their losses have
my
been.
boy Andre Blake still in net.
Dude, he's been a beast in net.
I mean, I used
Like-
him like a couple times in FIFA. I could have told you that.
Even though they lost 3-1 against DC, he had 2 or 3 outstanding saves. Like that game could have easily been 5-1, 6-1. Like easily.
Mm-hmm.
But Blake just came up big for them. And in the first half, Blake came up really big, but then when they scored the couple times in the end, I just think he got worn out.
Mm.
Like that game was not a good defensive effort whatsoever. But I think their defense has been pretty decent. They can definitely be better.
Oh, what was that? It says
There
ouchies.
it is again.
It said ouch.
There it is again. Dude, you need to go through this soundboard, listen to each individual sound, and save sounds, man.
I typed in ouch and it comes up ouchies. And I'm just thinking it's like, oh, it's going to say in one just weird way. No, it's got to take it to a whole nother level and say whatever it said.
The soundboard you're using right now, though, is for streaming on Twitch, dude.
Well,
It's not made for podcasts.
We got to censor it out.
Oh man. So yeah, they're
That's me losing right now.
pretty much, yeah. At this rate, you owe me the milkshake. So their goalkeeping has been fantastic. Like even though they've been losing games, their goalkeeping has been fantastic. There's only so much a goalkeeper can do. Their defense has been decent. They can be better. They can definitely be better, but they haven't been horrible either.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too unhappy with the defense, but I definitely know they can be better. Their offense, I am disappointed with because, like with Santos up there, Casper up there, some of their younger players that have been playing really well in the like U17 leagues and U18 and U19 leagues. Like the amount of skill that they have up there, they just have not been showing it. And it's disappointing me.
Now, are they an old team or do they have a good mix of young and old? Or are they fully young? Like, what are they?
They are not fully young. They do rely on their homegrowns a decent amount. So, and they're younger. So, like, I know you know Brendan Arison that we traded. His younger brother's on there, and he's 18.
What, like, who's the guy who we loaned to some team over in Europe that was really good?
Oh, what was his name? Day something.
Peace, Eric. But wasn't he a really good? Wasn't he a really?
Have
good
a good
player?
night, Eric. Yes, he is. They
So
loaned
I
him
think that's gotta-
overseas.
You know, that's got to
Philadelphia
put a big-
Union.
Oh, this is what I should have played. When I hit the wrong one.
Jack DeVries has
Jack
been loaned.
DeVries.
VRIES. He's
Okay.
another homegrown player. He's been a great player. Like basically something that I've kind of like my personal opinion when they got rid of Brendan Aronson, and a couple other midfielders from last year, they did not fully replace them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just not as good in that midfield position as they need to be,
Okay.
especially for the offensive ability. Like I feel like their midfield has been doing pretty good getting back on defense. But when it comes to the offense, they've been lacking. Their defense and the strikers, like they've all been lacking.
Mm.
So there's a little bit of work they need to do, but they can still make that. They're still in a pretty good spot for a playoff run right now. But they need to improve a little bit if they want to keep that spot, because they are, by the end of the season, if they keep at the pace that they're going right now, they're not going to be in that playoff spot.
Yeah, and what where are they right now in the standings? Like, how does that all work with
I
soccer?
believe they're fifth. For each conference, you need 8 players or 7 teams from each conference. They're in 5th place right now.
So they are in the playoffs right now.
They are in the playoffs right now, but the team that is out of the playoffs has 27 points and the Union have 32. So if the Union lose 2 more time and Columbus Crew wins 2 more time, Union's out.
Okay.
Basically.
Got it.
Because DC United and that's Montreal, right? Yeah, Montreal. Both of them have been playing better as of late.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Union keep up their play as poor as it's been, and Montreal and DC keep up their play as good as it's been, they're going to overtake Philadelphia Union in the next couple weeks. And then Union's going to be right on the edge of a playoff run. So they really need to step it up, and their offense needs to produce sooner rather than later. Their defense needs to improve a little bit too, but their offense really needs to step it up.
And you don't think it's coaching, right? You just think it's the players?
I don't think it's the coaching, no.
Because I love their coach, Jim Curtin, I think it is.
Jim Curtin, yeah.
Curtin. I like him a lot.
He's been a fantastic coach for the Union.
Yeah.
I honestly do not think it's Curtin whatsoever. I think he does a pretty good job of rotating the guys, keeping them fresh, and playing them to their best abilities. But their guys just have not been producing for him recently. And it kind of worries me a little bit, like what type of leadership has been going on recently. But if they switch it around, I'll be happy. Like, as long as they make the playoffs, I'll be happy.
Right.
Because if they make the playoffs, they can't do worse than they did last year, where they were a first round exit.
Yeah. You just got to be able to get into the dance, and you got a shot.
Yes, exactly. So they just need that offense at this point to really step it up. If they can get 2 goals a game, they'll be racking up the points.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing on the Union.
Yeah, I know you don't pay too much attention to it.
I get their updates, and I used to watch I used to tune into every game for a couple of minutes just to see what's going on, but recently I haven't been able to see any of it. So I'm just kind of looking at box scores, which I'm like contradicting myself because I hate people who just look at box scores. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
All right, fair enough. I gotta get some scores up because locks of the week are coming up soon.
Yes, sir. Time to start this month off right.
And here you go, John. There's a lot of international gameplay coming up for soccer this week. No regular season game until Friday, September 10th.
Bet. Oh, and just to update you on the Georgia game, it finalized 10-3. But I did not read this little cliff note of the bet that I had. It said for every 2,500 submissions of the bet, the point total that the over under gets lowered by 0.5. So there's so many people that did it. I still won, and I didn't even know it. So
jeez.
So we doubled our money tonight. It's such a great night now.
You're so happy.
I know.
Good
Because
stuff.
because if I somehow lose this week, my milkshake is paid for thanks to DraftKings. Oh, thanks to DraftKings.
Fair enough. All right, locks of the week.
Yes. Oh yeah, since I won, do I get to go first?
Yes, you do.
Oh, buddy, oh boy. All right. I usually pick the Phillies. Not doing that.
Okay. What are you
Not
going with then?
doing that. I'm gonna take Patrick Cantlay tomorrow to win the tour championship.
Who?
Just type Patrick Cantley. He's a golfer. He's gonna win the tour championship. Right now he has a 2-shot lead and he's looked fantastic the last 3 weeks. I'm gonna choose men's tennis, a tennis one.
I got to stick with my soccer. That's really the only sport I pay attention to this time of year. Didn't pan out for me last week, but
Actually, we're not going to do that because it's kind of hard to dictate who's going to be there later in the week. You said no soccer things?
no regular season, all international. So you have 5 international games coming up this week.
Okay. And where can I find that? Just the MLS app?
Yeah, I have it up right now. So you have Mexico versus Croatia. Oh,
Okay.
I like Costa Rica.
Oh, I see it right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Sunday. I'm going to try and spread it out. And on Wednesday, September 8th, that is during this week, right? Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to take the U.S. over Honduras.
Okay, so that's
And just so everybody's aware, the Colorado Rockies did win, so the Phillies are still 2 games back in the division, not 2.5, thank goodness. And
all right.
I am going to take. I can still make a pick Friday night, right? Because we're going to do this Sunday.
Yep.
The Atlanta United. I'm going to take them to beat.
You can even do Saturday night if you really want to.
Yes. I'm going to choose Atlanta United FC to beat Orlando City Friday night.
All right. So I've got 2 for CONCACAF, 1 for MLS. All right. So I got Canada beating El Salvador.
Okay.
I've got USA beating Canada. And then the Saturday team I wanted. Which one was it?
Mm-hmm.
And then in hopes of Nashville helping out the Union, Nashville beating Montreal. And that one's on Saturday.
Okay.
So that one's more of a personal level. That
Why?
I hope, because if Nashville beats Montreal, they're still behind the Union.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
Yeah, they're still 2 points behind 1 point behind the Union.
Yeah. Yep.
So they would be the ones kicked out first
Mm-hmm.
of the playoff run, then before the Union.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
So those are my picks.
Sweet. They are officially locked. And next week, I have a overnight golf tournament from Saturday into Sunday. So, unfortunately, our show will not be Saturday night, the September 11th. It will be September 12th, Sunday, at 10 o'clock. We will let you know if it's any later or earlier, depending on when I get home. Hopefully, it is earlier because those are very long days and drives back from the Poconos. Actually, maybe we'll do a Friday just in case.
I just picked a Saturday game, you jerk.
Well, we could still let it slide, though. We could still let it slide.
You'll give me the slide
I'll
for this one time because you decided to switch it after I put in my lock.
I'm just thinking that because we'll be coming down for the Poconos, it'll be like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive, whatever it is. And I'm the one driving too, so I'll be doubly tired. So, okay, so Friday, September 10th, we will be doing this next show. Patrick's one pick will be slid over to next week. So he will have 4 next week, and I will have 3. And Pat, you got anything else?
I guess next week we can redo your Penn State pick because they played on September 11th.
What do you? Oh, because I picked.
Yeah,
I messed that one up. So I've already got one pick ready for next week. Right.
We can definitely redo that pick for you.
We are just all over the place tonight. We apologize. I apologize. I'm the one being a mess.
Yeah, John's a complete mess.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't even done much research this week, and I still feel more intact than you are.
You're number 2. I think it's time to sign off. After that,
fair enough. All right, guys, that concludes episode 12. We truly appreciate everybody that stopped by, everybody that liked us on Facebook. Make sure you follow our Twitter page at Jensen Drive Podcast. Everything's down on the bottom banner that's been going across. If you want to link to our Discord, message us on Twitter as well. I'm guessing we're not doing our fantasy league this
probably
time around.
not, unless we can get people right away. I mean, that's up to them.
Yeah, we need 8 people by September 8th.
Well, you can do 4, but generally you want 6. You want
6
generally
or 8.
you want 10, but 6 or 8 is also good. I mean, really just all depends who we get. But as of right now, it's a no.
Fair enough.
We can always do hockey, fantasy hockey.
Oh, that's true too. I'm down for that.
I know we got a big Flyers following too. So
yeah, that'll be good. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We go live on that. That's JP Sports Podcast. And follow. Did I say follow our Twitter? I think I said follow our Twitter.
Yes,
I did.
I think you covered them all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered them all.
Look who's a mess now.
We just went off topic, so my thought process went out the window. But thank you all for watching. We truly appreciate you guys being here and supporting us. It means the world to us. Thank you, CEV Sports, and thank you, Philly Sports Alliance, again, for allowing us to be here. We will shout you guys out every week. Definitely make sure you go follow them if you haven't already. And we will catch you guys on Friday, September 10th. Stay safe out there, guys.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya.